Hello everyone, my name is Troy. Welcome back to the KotLC Fanbase. Today I'm going to be tier ranking the Lost Cities, and by that I mean all of the places on the map of Unlocked. Look at this glorious map, isn't it just wonderful? I cannot wait to delve into all of these different places with you guys, but basically I've already set up a tier list. Let me show you guys. It has all of the different places. There's probably like 20 different places on this map. And we've got the tiers Heavenly and Majestic, a place that I would literally want to live my whole life. The iconic scenes, I really want more scenes in this place. Adequate is just like, maybe this place gets overused a lot. We've got Decks, aka kind of just like the overrated, kind of not seen as much place, and undistinguishable. And then the Please I'd Leave tier. Just a quick update, you guys haven't seen me in a while because I was a little bit burnt out after all of the release of the Legacy music video premiere. The link is in the description to listen to my brand new song. It's all about Keith and his legacy, and you guys have been freaking amazing supporters of it already. We have like, what, 500 monthly listeners on Spotify already, so that's pretty crazy. Thank you all for the support. Also, we have started our new channel, JTA Gaming, where we're just posting some extra stuff, some extra content, some gaming content. But without further ado, let's get into Eternalia, the capital, I guess, of the Elven growth. It's kind of like a really noble place, and it was the city that burned down due to Finton's little trick with the mind break. I'm gonna say that this is very much adequate. It just doesn't really scream out to me, and I have to kind of give Eternalia some slack because it burnt down. So the next one is Splendor Planes, which is Elven's house, and I'm gonna say this is iconic because I loved learning more about Elven's house. His stuffed animal collection. It was something that we've all been waiting to see in a way, and it really turned out to be true, so we love that for him. Now, Wanderling Woods, I would say, are iconic because they play a large role in the Lost Cities, as always. I wouldn't say this is a heavenly place, but it's iconic because it marks very important occasions in the plot, because deaths are really important in this book, and since there are so little, the Wanderling Woods are so iconic and important. Alright, so the next one I'm seeing is Candleshade, which is Keith's house. I'm gonna say this is very much Please I'd Leave. I've never ever wanted a house that's like 13 million stories high. I would want a house that spans, you know what I mean? I would rather have a bigger surface area than height. So I'm definitely gonna say Please I'd Leave because I would get nauseous, I would be scared, but that's a great way to relieve your heights. Your fear of heights, at least. Everglen fits in Biana's home is going straight to Heavenly and Majestic. If I could pick anyone's house, this would be one of my top picks because Eternalia is so grand. Like I said, it's sprawling. There's woods that I could walk around. There's the moonlarks in the lake, the castle itself, and the fountains with the colored liquid shooting through. I would die. I would just love to be there, and it really is important that Sophie kind of went to Everglen as one of the first few places. Definitely Heavenly and Majestic. Now, Mysterious, I'm gonna say it's very much undistinguishable, and that's not really a bad thing. Mysterium itself is a place for the working class citizens, so it is supposed to be very much common looking, very much not as noble as like something like Eternalia, so it makes sense that it would be in undistinguishable, although I'll say if I could choose between going to Eternalia or Mysterium, I would rather see Mysterium. Now the next one is Havenfield, Sophie's house. I'm going to say it's very much iconic. I've always been a little bit more hesitant to Havenfield, and some people overhype Havenfield just because they don't like Fitz's family. They don't like the Vacker, so they're like, I don't like Eternalia. I think that's just kind of like internal bias. But as for this, I think that Havenfield is a great place. It's not quite heavenly and majestic like Biana's, but it's really nice and homely and sweet and comfortable, and I think that's what makes it iconic. It's a good place for Sophie to be because she doesn't need to be around all the regal stuff, because I feel like that will give her that negative kind of snobby character that some of the Vackers have. So the next one is Gildingham. It's the Gold City, the Hall of Heroes. It is quite iconic, but it's also just so cool, and I want more scenes in here, so that's why I'm putting it in the very top tier, because I love this place so much and I want to see more. Now Morella's house, I don't quite think we've really seen much from it, so I'm just gonna put undistinguishable. I don't think we've ever went to Morella's house, if I do believe, but it is pretty iconic for Morella's mom falling off the balcony. Still kind of convinced that that's not really what's true. The next one is Marin Trilla, and this is the troll house. I'm gonna say this is adequate just because, again, I don't think we ever visited Marin Trilla, but if we did, I think I would automatically move that up to the first tier because I love like floating sky cities. I love it. I love the idea of it. It's so heavenly and so sweet, and it's a great way to take up space. The elves are just lounging around all over the continent, just putting their stuff everywhere. They are being smart and leaving room for everyone else and going in the sky. I love it. So the next one is Shores of Solace, which is Lord Cassius's house, and I'm gonna say this is heavenly majestic. Remember, we're disassociating the people here. I know people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, I so disagree with you. I'll just reply and they'll be like, okay. But yeah, I think that, you know, Cassius and even Keith aside, this is such a great place. A place by the beach that's so heavenly and beachy and so airy and spacious. I love this scene where Sophie and Keith are just talking in there. It's such a nice place, and I would absolutely love to live there. So the next one is Aluvater, and this one actually goes in heavenly majestic, but I'm gonna put it all the way at the front of it just because of how amazing it is. It is by far the best setting in the series. The tree houses, you know, like Kala's little home, the cave of all the funky stuff, and the river going through the river or the tree houses, and just, it is the most homey place that I could ever go to. When I read Neverseen, I really do feel at home, and I love the scenes at Aluvater. It truly brings me back to my childhood and just like feelings of like comfortable and home, and I love it so much. So the next one is Sanctuary. I'm gonna go with adequate because, you know, it's not anything special. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with the development of the sanctuary. I don't know, I just have mixed feelings towards it. I don't know, I just expected a little bit more pizzazz with it instead of it just being hidden underneath the mountain, you know. So Tyrion's house, Soul Reef, I'm gonna say it is also adequate. We haven't really seen much of it, but from what I do know, it is pretty in a cool location, and it's a cool like architecture, like kind of structure itself. I just want to see a bit more, and maybe I'll have to reread that scene again. Now Foxfire, I'm going to say it's not heavenly, but it's definitely iconic. It's definitely one of the more iconic locations of the series. It starts in Foxfire, like the magic and the elves, and so these relationships all start in Foxfire. It's such an important place, and I feel like we all have to recognize that. The gateway to exile, I'm gonna say, please, I'd leave. I don't want to be in exile at all. Nope, I would never want to go to exile or the gateway to exile. Yeah, I just don't care for it. Atlantis, heavenly and majestic. This would be like a realistic place. If I was an elf, I would probably be living in Atlantis because it seems really my style, my kind of vibe. I think I might be underwater Atlantis with a cool apartment like Livy. I just feel like I would want more of that city vibe, and Atlantis gives me that city vibe, so I love it. Luminaria, I'm gonna say this is iconic. This scene was pretty insane, the one where like it kind of gets brought down, although it's a little bit kind of dingy and dark and like trapped in rooms kind of vibes, and the prisons, it's iconic. You know, it's a little bit dark, but it's really nice. Now Sterling Gables, Stina's house, I'm gonna say it's adequate. I like the style of the house. I think it's in a nice location. I'm just not too sold on it, and I feel like we didn't get too much time to spend looking at the house because they rushed in so easily. Now the next one is Ravagog, and I'm also gonna say, please, I'd leave. I don't really care for this setting. This will be the one setting that I don't really care to see out of all the intelligent species. You know, Ravagog is just Ravagog. Lonemore, I cannot tell you what. Oh, I'm so stupid. Lonemore is the dwarven capital, and for that, I'm going to put iconic because I loved the scene in Lonemore. I love like the hallway of like the haunted visions and stuff, and I just love the kind of aesthetic, like the dwarven aesthetic. It's so cute. I love it, and I really like kind of the way they communicate, and I just want to know more about the dwarves. I thought that the whole legacy kind of dark shadow vapor vibe was so really interesting, and I loved it. I love Lonemore. So the next one is the Song Residence, which is Coralmere. I'm gonna say iconic. No, I'm gonna give it heavenly majestic because I love these types of like beachy style house, like the Shores of Solace. I love those beachy houses with like the wind going through the wind chimes. The wind chimes just bring kind of back memories for me, and I love kind of just like the air and the sense and the feeling of being in Coralmere, like when I visualize it when I'm reading, and I want to spend more time there, honestly, so I'm definitely gonna put it in the top tier. The last one, oh my gosh, Dex's house. I'm gonna put iconic because Rhymeshire is another one of those houses I would personally want to live in. Like, I know that the sleepover at Rhymeshire made me feel at home, kind of like Louveterre did. The Ice Castle, maybe not my vibe, but I do have to respect the architecture, and I love the way Dex is incorporating his kind of inventions into the house. But that is my tier list. A lot of these scenes got adequate or above, and not a lot got in the lower two, which is interesting. I thought more people would get in that one, but I guess we'll have to just see what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. It was super fun. Also, I made a fall bracelet, which is orange. Joey said it was freaking yellow. Oh my gosh. Make sure to subscribe to our channel down below for more videos from us. We have got some special stuff coming, as Shannon announced shortly that she was going to be posting more stuff about Book 9 soon, including the cover and the title. So get ready, subscribe so that you get, that information when it comes. Make sure to turn on that notification bell so that you also get that notification when we get that news. Make sure to comment down below, what are your thoughts on all of these places? What are your top settings in KotLC? I'm definitely interested. Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Stream my song Legacy, links in the description. Watch our new video on our brand new channel, JTA Gaming, and I will see you guys next week. Bye! Oh, that didn't happen.